Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Voice of Cards. Last time we left off, we were at the Spirit Spire chasing down some shadow, and I think we're just supposed to go back to the village. Yeah, so let's head back to Omega Village. Very excited to be playing more of this. I'd venture to guess a lot of people just don't even know that this exists yet if they don't, like, I don't know, keep their ear to the ground about, you know, like announcements and stuff for games. Because, God, it came out fast. I did not expect this to come out this fast.
When you arrive at the mayor's house, there is a young visitor already there. She looks to be making an impassioned request of Greeth. In a wearied voice, Greeth replies, "There is no longer any maiden in our village." Admonished, the girl leaves the house with disappointment written across her expression.
Oh yeah, this does remind me. I did, when I was looking at the Steam page to get everything ready for the first episode of this to go up, it does specifically say this is not a sequel. We may see characters that we saw in the Isle Dragon Roars, but it is not a sequel. They said it can be enjoyed as a standalone experience, which makes sense. I mean, we're playing as a new character and everything, so...
You inform the mayor that you've taken care of the monsters around town. As thanks for completing the job, the mayor hands you a basket of fruit.
My cat just randomly deciding to scream. 1 second, let me make sure he's okay. That was a loud scream. Alright, Kitty is fine. I think he just wanted some attention, so I pet him for a little bit, and he seems like he's good now. Fruit often found around the village. Thank you.
Oh, good, you think to yourself. Another day, another basket of fruit.
Guessing you're tired of fruit? Or maybe that wasn't sarcasm. As you encounter various cards during your adventure, they're added to your collection. You can read special stories about the characters and enemies among your collected cards. Progress through the adventure and defeat the myriad enemies in your path to collect every special story. So what, do we have... I don't know, the Elder? Or something now? I mean, it didn't say I unlocked his flip side story, so... I usually wait until I unlock their flip side story to read, the cards. So, I think we're just gonna go ahead and get out of here. I would like to go out, thank you. I appreciate it. Can jump over to upward facing terrain cards, use the right stick and press A. Try jumping to the secret grotto. Yes, I can do this. Yep, I've been doing that the whole time. Thank you for the reminder, though. If the game hadn't come out like what feels like a few months after the first one, I probably would have forgotten that.
You re-enter the grotto and announce your return. On a normal day, Laty would already have zipped over to greet you. But today, nothing.
Laty, you good? What's wrong?
You walk over to Laty and discover that she is sound asleep. Life in the grotto is not one of creature comforts. Rather, a fair few inconveniences. You've tried several times to bring Laty to the village, but she was adamantly opposed on every occasion. You sometimes catch glimpses of her face while she sleeps. Always it is contorted in anguish, as though she is in the throes of a terrible nightmare. You notice a bulky book lying open next to Laty.
Book that Laty always carries close. Or, at first I thought that said it was always closed, but you always carry it close. It says it's a picture book, so I was thinking it was a diary, but no.
Filled with carefully drawn words and images. It seems to be some kind of picture book that Laty made herself. You know, I confess, I am
A bit curious. Oh, sorry, I didn't know switching cards would cancel your dialogue there, friend.
unable to overcome your curiosity. You decide to take a look at the picture book. Beside evocative images of deep forests and towering mountain ranges, Laty has written a story patterned after the Maiden's myth.
Okay, so are we actually going to find out what the Maiden's myth is?
The picture book story is set in a small village replete with nature. the village enjoys the promise of peace and tranquility, thanks to the young woman born to be the maiden. The maiden goes before the altar to perform a ritual, which invokes the power of a great spirit to protect the village.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of gathered from the first bit that we played of the game that you're the maiden, you are the Forsaken Maiden. So, I'm guessing something wrong happened, and that's why you fled the village, and that's also why you don't want to return to it.
You look over the artwork, a spitting recreation of the altar you saw in the spire, and think back on the mysterious voice. The voice claimed it was a spirit, and you're certain it spoke Laty's name. You were so caught up in the thoughts racing through your head that you failed to notice Laty had awakened. Laty seems embarrassed that you've seen her book. Tears prick the corners of her eyes.
Please don't stab me with your spear.
If Laty were indeed the maiden, it would be no exaggeration to call her the very light of hope, a protective force that could save the island from its encroaching ruin.
What kind of encroaching ruin? What are we talking about?
With faint expectation tightening your chest, you consider taking her to the altar in the spire.
I don't know what the actual ruin they're talking about is. Has that been explained yet? Is there like some force coming to get us? I mean, it did say at one point that the area was doomed, right? So I'm guessing maybe that's what it's talking about. It's like, our time here is almost up or something. Forget who said that.
You've given Laty some of the fruit you brought back. She dreamily stuffs some of it into her mouth. Maybe she likes it. You hope so. Your stomach rumbles as you watch her. And together, the two of you enjoy a light meal.
There we go. Laty joined the party. So what are you all about? Lead Laty to the Spirit Spire. So we're not gonna ask her if she's cool with it. We're just gonna take her there. Gotcha. Alright, so you have... I was about to say all your stats are lower than mine, but it's mostly just because I'm higher level than you. You are fast, which is good. So we once again have a main character that's kind of slow compared to other people. And yeah, it looks like you do more damage than me as well. I have more HP and defense though. So yeah, you're kind of our tank for now, Baron. What abilities do you have? I haven't acquired this yet. Skills, and yeah, there we go. So you have Magic Strike and Heal. Okay, so you don't have a spear. Apparently you have a staff. If you're a mage. Unless you're like a mage that uses a spear? No, you have the Omega Staff. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was a spear. I thought I saw a point at the end of it, but evidently not. Whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. Out we go. Yes, go out. Let us leave. While exploring the world and diving deep into dungeons, you will encounter enemies with which you must do battle. Your adventure will be over if everyone in your party is KO'd. Should your journey meet an unfortunate end, you continue from your last save point, so it is in your interest to save often. Select data from the menu screen to save. There's also an autosave feature to periodically keep you covered. Cool. So let's go to the Spirit Spire. We have to at some point get off this island, right? I'm imagining that's probably going to be happening soon. Are there actually going to be enemies to fight in here now?
You take Laty with you and return to the spire.
It did tell me about saving and dying, so I imagine I'm probably going to fight a boss or something soon.
As you approach the entrance of the spire, the staff that Laty clutches close begins to emit a faint light. Seeing the mysterious light, you are convinced Laty has a deep connection to the spire. Her expression uneasy. Laty takes hold of your sleeve with a tentative touch.
Yeah, that's fair. It seems like you have kind of a history with this location. The only thing I can assume is that you tried to do some kind of ritual with the altar and it didn't go well. And, you know, the townspeople were mad, you were run out of town, you feel guilt because you couldn't do the thing that you're supposed to do, etc., etc. Maybe I'm wrong, though.
You stand before the altar once more, bathed in an air of mysticism. The light emitting from Laty's staff intensifies, as if indicating its destination.
Excellent. The maiden.
In response to the enigmatic voice, Laty's staff exudes a dazzling light.
Okay, what did we just activate? Is this going to be like...
A spirit appears right before your eyes.
I was going to say, is this going to be like, I think it was not Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest 6? 4? I don't remember which one it was. But basically there's a Dragon Quest game where you're on the only island in the world. And you find out that there are other islands, but they're hidden from you. So you travel to the different islands by like revealing them from with some weird thing. It was a neat idea, though.
Well, maybe it's a spirit? It's some kind of strange stuffed animal.
Are you sure that's not a hand puppet? I am the spirit. Calf, calf.
The stuffed toy seems to be affecting a voice of considerable gravitas and choking itself in the process. This creature is called Lack. Though you cannot be certain it speaks the truth, it claims to be a spirit. You approach, hoping to ask about the maiden. But with blinding speed, Lack zooms behind Laty, putting her between you as a shield. You're the one from before, Lack says, quaking.
Yeah, I chased you. I was gonna do you a big murder.
It would appear that you're mistaking the creature for a monster, and doggedly chasing after it has made it rather afraid of you.
Anything you could use to make amends? I do have the fruit. I don't think I want to give my sword. I think sword is probably the bad option here. Let's do fruit.
You hold out an offer of reconciliation, and Lack takes it and immediately starts munching away. Between bites, it says, "You've got some good taste there." You're not really sure if the make good worked out, but in any event, Lack looks willing to listen to you now.
Alright, now start explaining yourself, you weird thing.
You ask about the maiden once more, and Lack begins to talk a lot. It seems to enjoy doing so. Just as the maiden's myth handed down amongst the denizens of the island suggests, it explains, Laty was indeed born to be the maiden here. However, she was unable to take up her role. This has caused no small amount of distress over the island's inevitable destiny to sink beneath the raging waves.
Oh, that's the issue. Okay, so the island is sinking, and the maiden can stop that from happening?
Lack concludes with a proposal. How's about you go and meet with the other maidens and fetch the maiden's relics?
I need a boat, friend.
As you had hoped, Laty appears to be the key to the island's salvation.
That's what Lack means in greater detail. Yeah, but this is a YOKO TARO game. That's not going to be all of it, right? Also, Laty can't tell me how she feels about this. I mean, can't she write stuff down and talk to me or something?
This island is not the only one home to a spirit. There are islands throughout this archipelago, and upon each dwells one of the 4 maidens who govern their own spirit. The self-proclaimed spirit explains that if you bring the maiden's relics that each of these maidens possess back to this spire, Laty will be able to become a maiden herself.
I'm automatically always super suspect of any cute little character in a JRPG that like kind of tells you about your quest and leads you on your way, because 9 times out of 10 you guys are assholes and are actually the final boss. So got my eye on you, Lack.
Laty shows the staff in her hand, wearing an expression that seems to say, "This is a maiden's relic."
Okay. Get the maiden's relics?
You ask, should we kill the maidens and steal the relics? Laty shakes her head rapidly, as if to insist that you definitely should not do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably don't want to do a big murder. Baron seems like they have a pretty one-track mind. They're like, okay, you have a problem, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, do I kill it? And they're like, no, 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 and he's like, oh, then what do I do then?
As Lack explains, each maiden has an attendant, an escort, and protector. This would make it difficult to take the relics by brute force.
Okay, so we need to help them and have them give them to us freely.
If Laty becomes a maiden and performs the maiden's ritual at the altar, the island can be saved. The world-changing immensity of what you have just learned echoes in your mind. It takes you a little while to fully digest it, but it does just so happen you've been readying a seaworthy vessel for your own purposes.
Yeah, we do have a boat.
You accept Lack's proposal to help Laty become a maiden.
I wasn't sure if the boat was ready or not yet. Lack joined your party. Wait, Lack joined my party.
So, you want me to poof you back to the entrance?
Yeah, sure, I didn't know you were a magician. Leave instantly.
You decide to make for the spire's exit.
I don't think there was anything secret in there. Return to Omega Village. Okay. So one thing I'm curious about, do we have the mysterious cards in this again? Because those were important last time. Okay, so Laty, I mean Lack is actually a character that can fight. I thought you were just gonna hang out on Laty's shoulder. These are gems. You'll need to spend them to use certain skills. You gain 1 gem whenever you take an action and can store up to 10. This icon indicates how many gems a skill costs. You can't use the skill if you don't have enough gems. Whoa, wait a minute. So everybody has access to the charge skill? Because I believe our main character did as well. That's really useful. Because before, if you like didn't have much to do with the character, you basically just used their basic attack and that's it. Which usually wasn't super useful in those circumstances because they don't do that much. But now I can have the characters who I don't want to attack with actually charge. That is very useful. I'm happy about that. Okay, so what are you all about, Lack? Poke. Deal damage and charge. Okay, so you can poke and that's it. Very basic. You just stab with your little stick, I guess. I don't remember how many enemies it was you had to kill to like unlock their flip side. Level up again for you. Extra HP. Try attack. Oh wow, you're like a Dodrio. Deal damage equal to the value of 3 rolled dice. Oh boy, if I roll bad though, that's kind of shit. Inflict attack down if roll is 4 or greater. Okay, that's pretty good. And it discovered some treasure as well. Oh yeah, gotta pick one. Yes, that's what I want. Ooh, but the little gold nugget would have been nice too. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't in the first game. Yeah, see, there's like a few quality of life things that were added in this one that make it a lot easier to play. So yeah, I didn't check your stats. So you are slightly faster than Baron, but Laty is definitely our fastest character, even though she's still level 1. Okay, just trying to get an idea for like what kind of class everyone falls into.
Accompanied by your new allies, you make to enter the village. But Laty seems to find something about this idea disagreeable and clings to a tree nearby, refusing to budge. Oh, I got this one, says Lack, evidently with some kind of plan in mind. The fluffy creature begins to chant a sort of mysterious spell.
Are you gonna disguise her? Woona waka, woona waka.
Suddenly, Laty's face is transformed into that of an odd old man's.
But you still have the body of Laty.
Laty touches her transformed visage and then gives a thumbs up, perhaps as if to say, "Good job."
Is it a good job? I don't know. You look weird.
You are a gog. But Laty looks sideways at you as she walks into the village, her identity now safely hidden.
A gog? I've never heard that word. I can guess what it means, but boy, have I never heard of that word. So I should have a little bit of moolah now, right? 248's what I got. Can we upgrade at all? I don't have anything to sell really, not that I know of. Alright, so yeah, nope, everything's way too expensive for me. Actually, no, I could buy iron armor for someone. I'd lose an agility on Baron and then get 1 extra defense. Not really jazzed about that, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, yeah, I'm good. Alright, cool. Wait, yeah, what kind of armor does, what do you wear? You. Okay, you just don't have weapons, armor, or accessories. Interesting, so I just can't equip anything on you. That kind of limits you as a party member. Because I can't, like, you know, customize you at all, really. So wait, where am I going exactly? Visit your abode. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go to my house.
This is your home. A desk pushed up near the wall is adorned with an unfurled map and a scattering of books. The navigation map is of your own design and depicts the various islands in this region of the sea. It contains information on the maidens of those nearby islands, culled meticulously from books, and the tales of passing travelers.
Why were you collecting this information before you knew about this stuff? I guess just to learn, since you seem like you want to travel. Of course, no, you also want to find a maiden to bring back here so your town can have a maiden so it doesn't go into the water, so that's probably why you were doing it.
Before all of this, you had found yourself unable to merely sit and watch the village's decline, and so planned a voyage to seek aid from the maidens of the other islands.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
After popping into the back room, you emerge with a carefully polished ship's wheel and present it to your companions. It is the final piece of the ship you restored at the grotto. With it, you will finally be able to set sail on the voyage you have dreamed of for so long.
Cool. I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
You have made ready for the voyage, but before you set sail, you decide to stop in at the mayor's to say your farewells.
Okay, yeah, we can do that, I suppose. That does remind me, actually, one thing I could afford is an accessory, and I don't think any of us have accessories, right? Yeah, no, we're completely empty on the accessories, so let's pop over here and see what we can get, maybe. Like I said, I think I can buy one of the... Oh, I didn't mean to select that. Uh-huh. There we go, buy. Jeez. No, I can't even afford a ring of protection. Never mind. Yeah, and all the elemental ones are way too expensive. Okay, that's not gonna work. Bye-bye. Elder's house.
Greeth's eyes fall over the unfamiliar face behind you. And who do we have here?
Well, who do we have here? My girlfriend. Yeah, my girlfriend. Yeah, totally. Totally.
At your quick response, Greeth blinks a few times in confusion.
Isn't she beautiful? I love her mustache.
His eyes dart back and forth between the pair of you, as though his brain is putting together the pieces of a complex puzzle. At length, he offers a deep nod. You'll need to clear up the misunderstanding later.
Hey, don't judge me, Greeth.
Changing the subject, you explain to the mayor that you'll be leaving the village for a little while on a voyage to save the island. You felt sure that the mayor, with his love of the village, would see you off with a smile. And yet the moment you explain that you found a maiden who can save the island, his attitude changes like the fickle sea winds, and he voices opposition to your journey.
Do you want to maintain the status quo? Is there some reason that you want the islands to fall into the ocean for some reason?
This island is destined to meet its end, he says. You can practically sense him digging his feet in. You cannot fathom why he, the mayor of the village, would believe something like that. Though each of you hold the island in your hearts, you cannot reconcile the difference of opinion. Like lovers going their separate ways after an acrimonious spat, it looks as though you will be setting out on bad terms.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
believe that your desire to save the island will prove to be the right perspective.
I don't know, this is a YOKO TARO game. We're gonna find out that by, like, saving the island, we're dooming all the other islands or something like that. I don't know. I don't trust it for a minute. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so, yep, back to the grotto. Seems like we'll probably be getting into the meat of the game now. Righto. There's my ship that looks like a whale, by the way. Oh wait, do I want to, I can probably go out here and kill, this little enemy here enough to finish off their flip side story, right? Maybe I should do that. Hello, battle me, please. Thank you. I wonder if you can get events here yet, or if events will be explained later. Can there be like 2 of you? Oh, wait. Whoa, you guys are here. Fungu and, that stupid thing. Lappy? Was it Lappy? I have Lappy in my head for some reason. Maybe that was like a quest one that we ran into or something. Poke. Get poked, nerd. Those pokes really hurt, apparently. Alright. A fungus is what I believe you guys were called. Damage equal to the equivalent of 3. Yeah, so this goes through defense, I do believe. Because it doesn't... It's not based off of this. I think the ones that like deal damage equal to the value of 3 rolled dice, they just straight up go through defense. That's what's useful about them. So that's enough. Yeah. I did it. You didn't even get a chance to attack. Thank you, narrator. That was a fight for the age. Was it? I don't think it was. Extra defense, some more HP. Thunderbolt. Deal attack plus 4 bolt damage. Good stuff. You leveled up. Okay, big level ups for us. What about those other things I ran into, huh? Can I run into those again? That's kind of what I'm curious about. If they're not in this fight, then I'll give up. But I want to get all the monster stories, so... Yeah, see, here's one. So, let's hit you with this. Boom. Bye-bye. Boom. Okay, and you're weak to lightning, too. That's good to find out. Those things are weird. Yeah. We win. Level up again. God, we're leveling up so fast, jeez. Okay. I think the max level in the last game... There we go, sea hare. Okay, see, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to finish that off. I imagine the other enemies are probably available in later areas. If they're not, I can always come back at some point and finish off their page, I suppose. Adorable and carefree though they appear, these beloved creatures have a staggering number of natural predators that keep them locked in a fierce fight for survival. They are, however, exceedingly difficult to digest. Should they be eaten, they can gnaw their way out of the predator's stomach. Horrifying. Why? Why do all of the critters in these games have to be cursed? Alright, let's get out of here. I imagine we'll run into the fungus and the lappies in the new areas. That might not even be its name.
Your ship. Your trusted companion. Once a mere wrecked husk that you labored to bring back to life with months of sweat and toil. You climb up to the stern, and with every bit of care you can muster, you attach the wheel. The final stroke upon the canvas.
Yeah, we did it.
At last, your ship is finished.
Oh man, we're getting on that thing? Yikes. Oof. Man, I know you don't have much choice.
The design is patterned after a great whale. There are a number of mismatched parts, but that particular quirk only makes you love it all the more.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically your baby. Of course you're gonna love it.
As you look over your handiwork, you realize that your companion on this upcoming journey will need a name. What would a fitting name be? you ponder.
Your companions appear to be looking at you expectantly. Let's ask for Laty's opinion.
Laty tears a page from her book and then scribbles a name down on it. In her small handwriting is written, The Bon Vent.
The Bon Vent. I don't know about that one.
According to Lack, the words are a kind of prayer in the language of the spirits for safe passage when bidding one farewell on a long journey.
Okay, that's actually nice.
Farewell, said before long journeys. The words could make a fitting appellation for your ship. You're unsure of just how much you ought to trust Lack, or his skill with words. But nonetheless, decide to go with Laty's suggestion.
Yeah, I would have came up with something stupid. The only name I could possibly think of if I came up with my own was like Whale Lord or something, so I'm glad we're going with Bon Vent. It sounds pretty cool too, actually, and I like the meaning behind it. Good job,
Together,
Laty.
You load up the Bon Vent with the necessary provisions. Preparations for your departure are now finished.
Now then, shall you set sail? Weigh anchor!
You throw your hands upon the ship's wheel and shout, "Weigh anchor!" with gusto. Your voyage has begun.
Here we go. We're out of basically the prologue. Good, good, good. You'll love to see it. Oh yeah, I love these sections. It's cool. Spirits dwell upon an archipelago surrounded by sparkling seas. It's on these islands that maidens, guarded by their attendants, perform a ritual. The spirits have helped them keep the island safe since time immemorial. Yet one of these isles lacks a maiden and can do nothing but await its ruination. A young seafarer, searching for a way to save his home, meets a mysterious maiden who has lost both her powers and her voice. A self-proclaimed spirit tasks him with gathering the maiden's relics. And so they set sail to see the isles and hear their tales. The Tale of Departure, Finn. Yee. Alright, so there's our little prologue finished. I'm down with this. That was a longer prologue than I feel like the first game had, but
Though your ship had long since forgotten the taste of seawater, it nonetheless cuts through the waves like a fillet knife through fresh fish. It is your first sea voyage. Laty's eyes glitter as she looks out at the horizon, stretching ever onward over the endless blue expanse. She opens up your homemade navigation map, checking the locations of the islands where the other maidens live.
ooh, I wonder if we can choose where we want to go, or if it's going to be more linear. It'd be kind of neat if it was just like, go where you want.
On the island to the south of here lives a beauteous maiden garbed in azure robes, as though the sky itself is wrapped around her. After closing up the map, you grasp the wheel like a familiar old friend and tell the ship where you'd like to go. You now have free rein to sail across the sea as you see fit. New tales await you when you put into port on an island where a maiden dwells.
Okay. And I'm imagining there's secret areas we can find and secret islands we can find and stuff like that. That's cool. Now that your ship is complete, you can sail the seas. Your piece will automatically change on land or sea. Well, look at us go. Are there monsters in the sea? Here I am immediately veering off. Okay, there are monsters on the sea. That's something to keep in mind. Alright, what you got for me?
Don't hold back.
Oh, it's one of those things, except different. Well, the other one was weak to lightning, so are you weak to lightning? God, that weird frog thing looks super weird. Okay, cool. You kept your weakness to lightning. Good to know. Yeah, you're like a palette swap of that other thing. Elements. Some of your attacks are elemental in nature. The 6 elements are fire, water, bolt, wind, light, and dark. Cards take more damage from elements they are weak to, and less damage from elements they are resistant against. Knowing your enemy's weaknesses and strengths will help you choose which skills to wield to your advantage. Yep, that's why I like to find those things out as quickly as I possibly can. Ooh, nice crit.
Fortune
And
favors the bold.
we might... Oh, you're faster than me. Attack plus 3 water damage. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see if you're weak to wind. Hopefully you don't resist it. Well, you didn't resist it, but you weren't weak to it either, so... Alright, well there we go. Pretty good XP too. Laty leveled up. God, I'm going to immediately just explore the ocean instead of going towards the objective. I just want everybody to know that, but... Alright, I think we're probably going to go ahead and end this episode of Voice of Cards off here. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.